The Tangent 8 podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent 8 podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me are Swoosh and John Doe.
Hi.
Hello. Right. But we're going to start with the bad stuff because, rip the fucking Band-Aid off. A whole bunch of people lost their jobs in the game industry again.
It just keeps happening.
So one of them is not surprising. EA shut down another studio.
That's par for the course. That's like the free bingo section in the middle of the card at this
EA.
point.
Yeah. They shut down Cliffhanger Studios, who was developing a new Black Panther game, and that game has also been completely shit-canned.
Aw. That would have been a fun game.
Yeah, probably would have been quite good.
What was their reason for getting rid of them this time?
It's just EA.
Yeah, it's fucked up that's the only reason and everybody understands it. It's just EA. Oh, okay. Mate,
It's just
that's
these
fucking
guys
sad.
being bastards. That sounds about right, yeah.
I mean, it'll probably have been like game was being in development for too long or something like that. And those are fair things, but it's just like you shut down the entire studio. You didn't... And you shut down the entire game, which means you can't even recoup any of that time investment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just completely sunken cost.
Tax write-off, maybe?
Yeah, I've got to
I think
assume it
so.
works like that.
Because they've done that to a few games before, haven't they? Well, we assume tax
It's
write-off. 'cause there's
EA,
no
of
other
course they've
reason
done
to.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, EA's big move is buy studio, make them make a game that they're not suited to make, and then fire them when they don't do well.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's like they set them up to fail, so when they do, it's like, oh, we're going to have to shut you down, but we're taking all your IP with us, so that's fine.
Yeah.
It'll be safe.
And we'll never use it again.
God, that annoys me. Just the fact that they're like dragons hoarding intellectual property. Like, fuck you, give us a game again.
And People Can Fly have had to do a bit of downsizing because they had some negotiation issues with their publisher, which has resulted in them having to cancel two projects, Gemini and Bifrost. And because of that, they don't have the income to support the whole team, so they have to downsize.
That is unfortunate.
I mean, they may still be able to go back to those projects at some point, but... And I don't want People Can Fly to go down, because they made some of my favorite games. But it does seem like People Can Fly is starting to head toward the doom spiral.
Yeah. Like, what was their most recent game?
They helped out on something. Give me a quick minute.
Because I know they make good stuff, but my brain is failing to
The
think.
one I always remember them for is Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
Outriders, they also did.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I think Outriders might have been their most recent one.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Outriders.
I quite
It was
enjoyed
very
Outriders.
Yeah, Outriders was their most recent full game they made. They also did 2 VR games. Green Hell VR and Bulletstorm VR. I don't know how well they did because they're VR fucking games.
Yeah.
And they're still working on Gears of War E-Day for Epic. So,
Okay.
oh no, for Xbox. So they're actually working for Xbox Game Studio. So they're still working, and they may not be done, but like, whoa, they're in a rough position.
They're walking a very tight line at the moment. If they've had to, like, get rid of people just to cover the bases, it's like, yeah, this is going to be a tight ship for a bit.
Which it sucks, because, like, they made, like, the game I love the most that they did was, they did Painkiller. That's one of my favorite games. It's just pure slaughter fun. But I mean, like, they did the original Gears of War, they did Bulletstorm, they did Gears of War Judgment, and Outriders. It's like, Outriders is arguably their biggest miss, but even that was still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It was still very fun. Yeah.
So I don't want to see People Can Fly go down, but like, oh man, once you start canceling projects and having to lay off staff, it's hard not to see the death spiral coming.
Yeah, it's very hard to pull out of that tailspin. Hopefully they do.
Yeah. Right, do we want to talk about something actually, could potentially be long-term very positive?
Ooh, I like positive things.
Yeah.
So, Japan has recently started talking about how they may have actually successfully created synth blood.
I love it. When do we get new synths?
I don't know, this one's not working. I could definitely go with an upgrade.
But it's like, my brain just went, handmade! No, this isn't the artisanal blood, this is just universal blood.
Yeah. That's the advantage of it. Anyone would be able to take it. It's not blood type dependent.
Yeah, that's very useful for me. My blood type only takes
I think they said 2 years outside of refrigeration and 5 if it is.
Yeah. That alone is fucking amazing.
You could just create a stockpile of it at a hospital and be like, cool, we're good.
Yeah.
Although
I am tempted.
Just whatever it is that actually creates the synthetic blood, like the actual machines, and just pump that shit out as need.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you can have a stockpile of it sitting around in case a mass cas accident happens. You're not like, oh god, do we have blood for these people? Yeah, we've got plenty.
It's literally it's like the fucking long life blood.
Is it lactose free? Does it have gluten?
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm waiting for someone to pull that.
Is there 2% blood or just blood light?
I just want blood that tastes like real blood.
I know there are people who are against like blood transfusions for religious reasons and stuff, but I'm waiting for one person, like some hippie out there, like, oh, I can't take this blood if the person had wheat before, 2 weeks before donating.
That'll be some fucking Karen shit.
It would. You can already see the haircut of the person who would ask.
Oh yeah,
it's Also, I'm kind of wanting to know what would happen if you swapped out someone's entire blood for this different synth blood.
Well, I don't know enough about it to answer a question like that.
Yeah.
But given the fact that they reckon they can use it for blood transfusions, I've got to assume it's probably pretty functionally similar to the way blood gets replaced normally, where it sort of dies, you pee it out,
slowly
your bone marrow makes new blood.
If they can make it is it O-type that anyone can take?
It's synth blood that is not blood type dependent.
Yeah.
So anyone can take it, which is just fucking awesome.
It has no typing.
They have done a few human trials with it, and they've been going well, but they need to ramp up, do it with more people, do more long-term studies, and start rolling it out to not just Japan.
Yeah.
And really start seeing, what the world population handles it. But theoretically, this is the kind of thing where, in, 10 or 20 years, you could just not worry about blood transfusions. Everyone can just take synth blood.
Which would be absolutely awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Oh no, we need to use, 20 liters of this shit to keep someone alive during surgery. Who cares? We can make more.
Yeah, we have 20 liters. Yeah.
Just tap that keg and keep going.
See, this is great news for me, because I have one of those annoying blood types that only takes its own, but I can give it to everyone else.
You fucking special motherfucker.
Yeah, everyone likes my blood, but my blood's one of those weird things no, only the fanciest of us can come in. Go away.
All I know is my blood's red. That's it.
Same. It's not the fancy one. That's all I know. Yeah, that's something I'm definitely looking forward into the future could really revolutionize some parts of the medical care.
Oh hell yeah!
If we're getting synth blood now, how long before we start getting full synth organs?
I mean, they've been working on that for a while.
Yeah, I kind of hope we get those soon, because that's just a slow transfer to transhumanism and proper. That'll I'll have a fake heart if it functions the exact same way.
I think the big problem they have with that sort of stuff is trying to hook it into your nervous system.
And stopping the body from rejecting it, I think, is another one.
I mean, yeah, but if you can't get the brain to pump the heart on its own, it's got to be controlled by something else. Yes, you can. I know pacemakers exist and all that kind of fucking jazz.
Yeah, but even pacemakers aren't.
To really integrate an artificial organ, the body has to be able to run it.
Yeah, the body has to be able to go, yes, I recognize this as organ. But, yeah.
But hey, like I said, synth blood's cool.
That looks good. I'm keen to see how this goes in a few years.
Right. Time to get angry again?
Yeah, we've had that one happy section. We might as well be angry.
Right, so in the latest season of Black Ops, they've decided to start advertising while you're doing your loadout selections.
They can go fuck themselves. That is horrible.
And it's very targeted advertising, too, because basically if you're looking at a loadout at a certain gun, it'll then it'll start showing you the ads for the premium skins that you could buy for that gun.
Ah, bastards. I hate that.
So they're really digging in, being like, oh, you like the, I don't know, fucking AWP or some shit? Hey, do you want a skin for that while you're looking at it?
No, the targeted advertising for the AWP is like, we see you're using an AWP. Like a clippy pops up, a little bullet instead. There's like, I see you're using the AWP. Can I interest you in an aimbot as well? You sneaky little shit. I swear the AWP was the bane of my existence whenever I played Counter-Strike. Walk around a corner, zotted in the face.
Although, man, have you seen that fucking YouTube video of that fucking old as fuck dude just schooling people with a sniper?
Oh, yeah, the Grandpa Sniper guy. I love
On
his
Battlefield.
stuff.
That's just so good to watch.
Watching him range target something, it's like, I need to get that guy. He's poking his head up. All right, shoot once. It's there. Cool, I know where he is now. And he just giggles delightedly when he just knocks someone out. I love it. He's wonderful.
I'm not gonna lie, there's something that weirdly makes me happy. Probably because it's who I hope to be one day.
Yeah.
I'm watching old people play video games.
Look, I'm pretty sure all our retirement homes are just going to be massive LAN centers. Just like, fuck it, here's all your old consoles, leave us alone, we'll bring you dinner.
Like, when we hit aged care age, like, it's going to be so much fucking easier for them. Like, just put a VR headset on or give us a big TV or a computer. Just leave us in a corner and just leave us the fuck alone.
Hook us up to, like, a AI thing somewhere. We'll just live in the virtual world. But I imagine it's going to be, you've seen the original Back to the Futures and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where there's young, who was the guy who played Frodo? Fuck.
Elijah Wood.
Young Elijah Wood, is playing at a little arcade game. And he's like, oh, it's great at crack shots. Like, oh, you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy. That's what we're headed towards, and that makes me kind of sad.
I mean, that's pretty fair, but at the same time, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Like, I do not intend to be that old man who is terrified of technology. If there's gaming involved, I'm running straight into it. Like, fuck yeah, okay, hook me in. Plug me into this matrix.
But I mean, like, imagine, like, right now, nursing homes are all like, oh, we've got to have, like, enrichment and, like, take them out of the home and stuff and, like, try and make their golden years as good as possible.
Yeah.
When we get around to us, it's going to be like, get the fuck out of the room and leave me alone.
So, you are cutting into my gaming time. Please leave.
No, I don't want to touch grass. Fuck off.
I yearn for them. So, like, what are you going to do today, Mr. Swish? Like, I yearn for the mines. Just disappear.
Oh, Deep Rock Galactic today. Good game.
Yeah. I love that game. I'm going back to their Survivors one as well, because I had that itch. Like,
I periodically go back every time they do, like, a big update.
Yeah. Solid game.
And the last thing we were going to talk about today, before we get into our main topic for the episode, was everyone needs to chill the fuck out. There is not leaked footage of the new Witcher game. It's not what it is. Calm your fucking farm.
Yeah. I get why people want it to be the footage of the new Witcher game, and I want it to be, but it's a sizzle reel. So it has to look fancy.
CD Projekt Red a while ago announced that they were going to be building Witcher 4 and the next Cyberpunk game on the Unreal Engine instead of their own proprietary engine. And essentially they wanted to get a sizzle reel from them, and they made them one. This is just a technology demo. It's not even a tech demo of the game. It's literally just showing off the Unreal Engine. That's it.
Tell you what, Unreal is eating very well at the moment, aren't they? Like,
yeah.
It's doing pretty good. Like, and it looks very nice. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the stuff in Unreal Engine looks pretty.
Although, I'd like to point out, like, Did we talk about it?
Probably.
No, I think it was from when me and Swoosh were trying to get this podcast started like years ago.
Mm.
We talked about the trailer for Unreal 5.
Oh, that's right.
I think I don't know if I still got the audio for that somewhere.
Oh, I remember that one.
The old beta versions of this podcast.
Oh, God.
But, like, back then we called it as a load of bullshit. Guess what? No one's made a game that looks anything like that tech demo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, at all.
So it's like, guys, it was a load of bullshit.
It looks pretty, but the optimization, again, isn't there. They're using other things to make it, like, the games actually run. Like, it looks good, but I think...
The thing I most remember from that when we did the recording was going through it, and they're like, oh, look at all these things in the cave, look at the water. Don't fucking look at the water. And just immediately pans away from the water physics, like,
It looked good when it was just a puddle. The minute they stepped into it, like, it had no proper physics, like, no!
Yeah. And the whole thing of, like, we talked about it in the recording, where it's like everything was a static object, so it didn't have to move, which required less processing power.
All it had was, like, really cool lighting effects on it.
Yeah.
It's like, cool, there's... I think the big one was when they go into, like, the cavern, and they're like, there's 600 statues in here.
Yeah.
600 statues that aren't causing any render requirement. You rendered them once, and now they're done.
They are good to go. There's no changes happening here. There's no, like, things running around or anything. But, yeah.
Yeah, like, these tech demos look cool, but, like, just like I said, calm your farm. It's not the real launch footage. We'll get that at some point when CD Projekt wants to talk about it. Hell, it might be this week in Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, like, we're going to get eventually a trailer or some kind of actual peek of gameplay. This is just something different.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Summer Games Fest, trailer season has started.
It has.
Summer Games Fest will be this week, and I do believe, if I remember correctly, I will just check their camera real quick. Their calendar, not camera, fucking Christ.
I was going to say, do you just have, like, someone's webcam hacked? You just, like, log in and start typing on a notebook?
Someone else who's watching Summer Game Fest. Are you watching it yet?
I've got a camera in Jeff Keighley's office, and I can see the calendar on his desk.
No, it's just like you start typing on a notepad. What are you doing? Oh God, he's back.
Yes. This weekend is Summer Games Fest.
Nice.
But to kick things off, we are going to go through the state of play for Sony.
Yay, Sony! Let's see if they can actually do something without shooting themselves.
Although, before we get into it, I will point out Ubisoft has fully pulled out of this year's Summer Games Fest.
Oh, why?
Because they don't have anything to show off.
No.
Oh, I like that. That's hilarious.
They ain't got squad. Like, they've got, the last thing they released was that expansion for The Division 2, and before that it was Assassin's Creed Shadow, and they've got nothing else coming down the fucking pipe.
I kind of wish they hadn't pulled out, and they just walk on stage, like, to the massive crowd and go, hi.
They just do a Just Dance bit, and then it's like, cool, we're done. Later, guys.
Hi guys, we got a new Just Dance coming out. We changed the neon colors slightly, so it is definitely different. You can't sue us. Let's watch a sizzle reel, and they just don't come back on stage.
Just Dance has deep lore.
I find it weird that it actually has lore at all, despite the fact that it actually is weirdly deep.
Because there's a whole, like, relationship between two of the dance characters that plays out across multiple songs in games.
Yeah. Like, people put a lot of work into the background of those games that I will never play because I don't feel like dancing. Then again, those games are not aimed at me.
No, I mean, like, when me and my housemate were watching the State of Play, we were talking about, it's like, you know, neither one of us knows anyone who would even talk about Just Dance, but it's like, yeah, but we don't know anyone who actually likes those sort of games, so of course we don't hear about it.
No.
Yeah.
Alright, the first game off the rank is Luminous Arise.
Well, that sounds fun.
It wasn't Lumen's a game. I swear I know that name somewhere.
Yeah, this is like a new version of a game that already exists.
What is it?
I'm not super clear.
Because this
I haven't played any of these games before, but it looks like the kind of thing where if you were in an altered state, it would be very engaging.
Yeah, like
I think the
there's a
first
section that's
Lumen's
like
game was a
Tetris?
Kinect game.
yeah. It's like Tetris or one of those Connect 3 kind of games. But with a little bopping chameleon on the side. So
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bit of a visual overload.
it is. I don't think I could deal with that. Like, I'd get angry.
I'm sure I had
All
this
right.
on the Xbox.
You probably did. Look, the thing is, like, Sony's continuing to do that thing where they don't actually tell you when games are coming out on something other than
Yeah.
the Sony console. So, there are games here that I can tell you are categorically coming out on other platforms, and I'm like, if there's something interesting, maybe look it up on Steam. It might actually be coming out on PC. Next up is Pragmata.
Pragmata, you say? Huh. This is odd looking. Like, it looks pretty. It reminds me of something, and I can't think.
Callisto Protocol.
Yeah, definitely.
The dude's suit looks like something from Callisto.
And I'm not gonna lie, the logo for the company reminds me of Wayland Utani for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, it looks cool though. Like,
It also
There
looks
is a
like that
creepy child.
the logo for Kojima's new company. Kojima's company.
Oh,
That
yeah.
big suit of fucking armor.
oh, definitely. It looks fun. There is a creepy child that seems to sit on your shoulder.
Yeah. Is coming to PC. Unknown release date, though.
Fair.
Next up is Romeo is a Dead Man.
I have seen clips for this popping up, but I had no idea what it is.
So, it's gonna look super insane until you see the one thing that makes the whole trailer make complete sense.
Ah, yeah. What is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just stab him with a thing right in the eye. Okay.
Yeah, it's so he can turn into Dead Man.
That is horrifying, but kind of cool. So, I am confused about what you do with this game.
Right, I can make it sound so much easier for you to understand what it is if I tell you what company's making it.
Fair.
Grasshopper.
Oh, yeah, okay.
For anyone who doesn't know what Grasshopper Games is, that's the studio that's run by Suda51.
Yeah.
And Suda51 is basically insanity as a person.
This looks cool, though.
Yeah, it looks really sick.
Yeah.
But, like, that's
I
the
like
kind of
the
game
design.
that he makes, so I'm really not that surprised.
Yeah, the
It's
actual
kinda
gameplay
like
is awesome. That opening anime thing was like, what the fuck is this?
I know, right?
It throws you for a loop, but then you see the actual, like, things for it. It's kind of like a techno-zombie game. I like it. I'm
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
really
keen
cool.
to pick this up.
Wait a minute. Let me quickly check, see if that one's got a PC release on it.
Coming 2026, but doesn't show anything there for PC.
Yeah. This one might actually be a console exclusive.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Yeah, I mean, like, at this point, it's like, is this a PlayStation exclusive? Cool, I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
Next up
Someday.
is Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
Which, weirdly enough, for a game studio that's in Japan, this is the first one set in Japan.
Huh. Oh, that's right. The other ones were all set in the US, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks very pretty. The characters aren't too close to Uncanny Valley.
I understand that I'm probably going to be the only person who plays this game because I fucking love horror titles. And I'm a big Silent Hill fan.
Oh, that's terrifying. I like it. And then later you see her with a giant fuck-off spear thing. Alright, this looks like fun.
Yeah, it looks intense as hell. I'm pretty keen. But I would play any Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
And that one is coming to PC.
Nice.
Next up is Bloodstained, the Sacrament of Engagement.
Is it this? The castle has been sighted again. Like, oh, okay. So is this like a Metroidvania?
You don't know Bloodstained, do you?
I haven't actually played it before, no.
So the guy who made Castlevania left, made a game called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Oh.
This is the
Nice.
sequel.
So this is literally Castlevania by a different name.
This is Castlevania with extra steps.
Well, in that case, I might pick this up because it looks pretty fun.
Yeah, Bloodstained was really good. They definitely proved themselves with that one. Although, this game seems to be going for this incredibly dark gothic tone with all its plot and stuff. But it's so colourful.
It's so colourful, and the main character you're playing as just looks like a twink. It's like, okay. Like, dark and gothic and this amazingly attractive man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you seem to have, like, 2 characters you can play.
Yeah.
And they seem to have, like, combo attacks and stuff, so, like, it looks interesting. And, yeah. You got some good pedigree there, and the studio already proved themselves once, so...
And
pretty sure this is going to be good.
Slight amount of cell shaded.
Yeah.
Yes. Just enough.
I like it.
It looks good.
Also coming to PC.
Yay.
Next up is Digimon Story Time Stranger.
Oh shit, we're getting a Digimon game for the
And
first
it
time in a
looks
bit.
sick.
It does look pretty good, actually. I really like Digimon as a property, but every time I play the games, I'm normally like just disappointed, but this looks pretty fun.
I mean, the
I
visuals
hope
look
they
good.
got good fucking lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon Company is going to be sniff at the fucking door here.
Well,
No, they
good
can get
luck.
away with it because they've got cards. They don't capture them in balls.
It
Well, I
doesn't
think
matter
that-
if it's a thrown projectile, it's a fucking Pokeball, according to them.
I
Yeah,
think they'd
sure.
have a lot more trouble suing Digimon because Digimon's been around for that long.
I think Digimon and Pokemon are around the same like time frame
I
they
think
first came
Digimon
out.
might even be older. I don't
Maybe.
know. But the point is, I don't think you're going to be able to win a fight against Digimon. They've been grandfathered in pretty hard.
Definitely. I'm probably going to get this. I love Digimon. Like, I'm going to get this before I get the new Pokemon. Like, I'm
Yeah,
probably
no,
not
I
even going to
completely
get
agree with that. I would rather pick this up than pick up ZA.
Yeah. I will jump ship to a different kind of Mon. It's fine.
Hopefully it'll be better than the last time you tried to play a Digimon game.
Oh, God. That was... Was it the Cyber Sleuth one?
Yeah, Cyber Sleuth.
And we got how long into it? Like 2 hours
We
in
spent
and not
3
a
hours
single
playing
battle?
that game without capturing a single Digimon other than the one they gave you
Yeah.
because the
How?
game had glitched.
The game glitched and it wouldn't show any... Like, put any random battles in, so you couldn't capture anything, and we couldn't level up apart from battles. So I'm sitting there with this like one beefcake Digimon in the corner, like on Roy. It's like, rah, rah, kill the things! Whereas like nothing else. It's completely empty roster.
The sole
my
Digimon on the
housemate-
planet.
Yeah.
My housemate ended up picking up the game, and it was like, what do you mean there's no random battles? And he showed me, and it's like, oh, shit got fucked when I happened
Yeah.
to be with Swoosh. We were trying to play it.
We both thought we were going insane when we found out, because it's like, no, you were there. We played the game.
Yeah.
There was nothing. We ran in circles for a solid half hour trying to find things. I have never gone back to that game because it just left me with such a bad taste. Like, no.
Yeah. Now, this one's got a bit more of a JRPG, slight Pokemon vibe. I'm kind of picking up what it's throwing down. It looks good.
Yeah.
Next up is Final Fantasy Tactics. Ivlice Chronicles?
Ivalus? Steve.
Ivalus?
It's an
I'm just gonna
enhanced
call it
version of
Steve.
an old game, by the look of it.
Yeah, it's just a remake of the original Final Fantasy Tactics.
It has a fun looking like art style for the cinematics, and I've always loved the old Final Fantasy games. Maybe I'll pick it up.
Yeah, but like if you were picking up something like that, if you wanted a really good tactics game with a absolutely strong art style, I would not suggest you pick that up. I would suggest you.
Yeah.
There's a game franchise called Disgaea. Like wonderfully 2D animated characters, very expressive. The campaigns are super long. They actually made your weapons into dungeons.
Oh. Okay.
So the way you upgrade your weapons in Disgaea is you complete a dungeon within inside the weapon to make the weapon more powerful.
That is
like
cool.
that. See, I might steal that for a D&D game at some point.
Because, like, I can't look at like, Tactics is like, yeah, it's cool, but, like, Disgaea is better.
That's fair. I may have to look into that, because that just sounds cool.
Next up, we got the, what's the company's name? Shite, it'll be here in a second in this goddamn trailer. It fucking better be. Digital Eclipse. No, next one's, if you move, past, oh, I actually missed one. Jesus Christ. Actually, I missed two. Jesus.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're right. Baby Steps was next. Which I'm not going to play. It's the new thing from Bennett Foddy. I don't care.
Yeah.
Is it one of those, I hate these games? Like, I cannot stand them.
You got to control his feet and walk him up a mountain and shit. It's supposed to be funny. And
Wasn't it QWOP? QWOP?
QWOP, yeah. QWOP was the first one.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't care at all. You're only here because you got really big for a hot minute.
Yeah. I mean, it's for someone else. It's not for me.
Next up was Hirogami. Where you seem to play some kind of paper hero who can then fold himself into other shapes to have other access to other powers.
This sounds very
we
familiar.
made this for a final fucking project. Paperman.
We did. Yeah. we actually did. For us, it was a 2D side
scroll or something like that, and
something
you can fax
like
himself
that, yeah.
between levels and go into a paper airplane and then a paper boat. I think I still have the demo somewhere.
Oh, fuck yeah. We need to
apparently
contact these guys.
Someone thought your idea was good, and they made a real game.
Oh, a real game? Well, fucking fine then.
To be fair, it looks a lot better than what we had.
It did. Absolutely it does, but...
Next up is Everybody's Golf Hotshots, which is just a golf game.
Okay.
Apparently they've got 10 courses, which is a pretty fair number of holes for your golf game.
It's
and then they brag about how
crack at the Mario golf style.
Yeah. Well, everything's got that like cute Mario style look for all the characters. But they brag about how like they've got weather effects and lighting and nighttime alt versions of the courses. It's not an alt version if it's just dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but looking at it and listening to the music, Oh, you can also play as Pac-Man, apparently.
That's a special character.
Yeah, but it reminds me of Pilot Wings from the 64.
Yeah, kind of.
I loved that game. It was great. It was just a tech demo, but fuck, it was fun.
Next up is Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
Look, I love me some Ninja Gaiden.
Well, the thing I think is particularly interesting is the actual studio that got to make it, which is a studio who made the Blasphemous games.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
I mean, they're really good at doing hack and slash stuff. They've made 2 full games, which have done exceedingly well, so getting this property, like, I don't want to say, like, this could really break them out, because they've already done incredibly well on their own terms, but, like, with a big name property like this under their belt as well, they could really, like, take off.
It could make them, if they do it really well, it could be like the next Larian, in a way, where it's like, we've done a few test games to get the property we wanted, and then we fucking hit it out the park.
Yeah, that'd be good if it went down that way. Next up is the new trailer for Cans.
I tried playing this.
Just that
it was fun, but it's not my game.
I get annoyed too easily. So
see, the thing that annoys me is that I both really like and really fucking hate this game.
Yeah.
I tried the demo, and when it works and you are like freely climbing up the hill, it feels amazing. But when it doesn't, it's so frustrating.
See, I kept having issues with every so often I got the like Assassin's Creed thing where it's like, I'm on a wall. I'm now going to yeet myself into the void for no reason. Like, why? I said go up.
I've stopped to regenerate that little bit. What do you mean I'm already out of energy? I haven't moved.
Okay, now we're up to the one I was talking about before that was by Digital Eclipse, which is the ultimate collection of all the Mortal Kombat games that they could get their hands on.
That is awesome.
Fun. I like that.
I mean, it's cool. I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah,
no, but it is cool for those people that are into fucking Mortal Kombat, because the old games are awesome.
Digital Eclipse's entire... Yeah, I mean, Digital Eclipse's entire thing is creating these, like, collections of, like, well-regarded classic video games and releasing them for people.
Yeah.
It's fighting games, and I'm sorry, guys, I don't care about fighting games.
That's fair. I will play fighting games on my own occasionally, but that's about it.
Next up is the new sizzle reel for Metal Gear Snake Eater Delta.
Interesting. The weird hover thing is fun. Little, like, floating platform jig.
I mean, it's just Snake Eater, but pretty.
I just saw him wearing the crocodile hat.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till he picked the box off him and he just looks like a cuck.
Yeah. His cuck box. Alright, Metal Gear is always fun. Metal Gear.
And next up is the trailer for Neo 3, which I am super excited about.
Neo 3, you say? Ooh. It's very pretty looking.
I mean, it's Neo. This is their art style. They've done 2 full games of this, and they fucking nailed it with the second one. So I'm pretty hyped for this.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Although they have this new mechanic where it seems like you can switch between being a samurai and a ninja. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, that's very Assassin's Creed of them.
Well, no, it's more like you sort of transform more than you could just play one or the other.
Interesting. So you have a magical girl transformation into a samurai.
See, that's how fucking Assassin's Creed should have done it. You played a samurai, but when you needed to be sneaky, you go in all fucking ninja-like.
Yeah, you take the armor off.
Or, I don't know, maybe some kind of game where you can decide how much of a samurai or a ninja you want to be. Like some kind of ghost.
Yeah,
but where would you base it? Like, there's so many fun places.
I don't know, I like sushi, so...
Yeah, Sushi Town, that's fine.
But yeah, that's looking pretty sick.
It does look pretty fun.
The next one is a trailer for Thief VR.
Theft. I remember playing Thief and getting lost and enjoying it, but
I've tried to enjoy the Thief games, I just couldn't.
I've never finished them.
I like the whole Stealth Archer, but yeah.
I liked it a lot more back when I was a kid and I had shitloads more free time.
Yes.
Yeah. But now, not so much.
I just find it hard to care simply because
there are better games.
It's a VR game. No, it's not even that there's better games. It's just that it's a VR game, so it's just like hard for me to
just a VR like remake essentially. But if people like VR and they like role playing,
go for it.
Yeah.
Next up is Tides of Tomorrow, which is a game that seems like it has a cool idea, but I feel like I need to have it explained better than this trailer.
It looks very colorful. Oh god, it's a multiplayer story.
Sort of. So the idea is when you go somewhere, you choose someone's ghost to follow.
Okay.
Now, here's the weird bit. Like, you can follow what they did, but the things they did actually happened.
Okay.
So when you go through, they've already happened. So it's like, how do I follow someone if I'm following a story that already happened and I can make changes to it? I just don't understand how this is supposed to work.
Yeah.
Like, the concept idea is kind of cool. The idea that, like, you're following the steps of someone and something's happened. But, like, how's it going to work? And how's it going to work, you know, in a year from now when no one's playing the game?
Yeah. The setting reminds me of Waterworld.
Yeah, it's definitely got that vibe.
Yeah. But much more colorful.
Like, visually and gameplay-wise, it looks really fun, but it's like, how's the central concept work? I need a better primer on how that's supposed to function.
Yeah.
Is it just like, is it actually like two versions of the same, like, linear playthrough where one player plays through
but you can make different choices? That's the thing, though. So you don't have to follow their ghost. You can do other things.
It's very odd.
Yeah,
like, I don't understand the point of the ghost and the following another player if it all happened already and you're doing essentially something else. Why would you follow them?
Yeah, like
it's just like multiplayer to add multiplayer chaos to a single player.
Yeah, and
that could be interesting. I'm not saying it's not, but like I don't understand how it functions.
I pity the bastard that would be following my ghost of watching me go like around in circles for 3 fucking hours trying to figure out where the fuck I am.
Or just like a whole thing where you're getting right towards the end of a mission and there's a ghost that looks like it's going off for the wrong way, so you follow it and it jumps off the cliff and you follow it and you got to start again.
Yeah.
But for them, there might have been a boat there and it's not there because they took the boat.
Look, it's an interesting concept, like you said. I want to know more.
Next up is just more content for Astrobot, because people love Astrobot.
It's fair, he's adorable.
Yeah.
Apparently they're making a specialized controller.
Next up is something I'm actually really interested in, which is Sea of Remnants.
It looks really fun. It's gorgeous looking.
I like the wood puppet design. Yeah. I like that I'm a pirate.
Yeah. It looks really interesting. And the guy gives Guybrush Threepwood, like, vibes. Come on, look at him. He's just not blonde.
Coming to PC.
Oh, hells yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, the first time I was watching this trailer was like, is this the new Monkey Island?
Yeah.
It looks very much Monkey Island.
It's not, it's its own thing, and yeah, it looks gorgeous as hell, the combat looks good, I like the idea of cruising around on a pirate ship. I mean, hell, they have a giant treasure-covered lobster!
Yeah. But he's not singing a song about being shiny. How dare they?
Well, I mean, they shot cannons at him.
Although he does seem to have, like, a mast as a sword, so I will forgive him.
Even this is better than fucking Ubisoft's pirate game.
Yeah.
It looks like the pirate game we were actually asking for, to be a fucking pirate.
But now we're a pirate, but also a mannequin.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks really cool, really stylish, really fun. I really want to play it.
Yeah, no, that looks pretty
give me now.
awesome. I've literally just added that to my my wish list on Steam. I'm getting this game.
I mean, I like the end of the trailer where he gets up off the beach and you just see the other characters that are clearly who you're going to adventure with. It's like, there's just such visual style here. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
That's a world you want to spend some time in. That looks fucking awesome.
100%. And damn if I don't want his fucking coat with that cool design on the back.
Yeah.
Next up is Sword of Sea.
Oh, I'm so keen for this.
I know, right? So this is the new game from the guys who made Journey.
Journey,
it looks fucking sick.
Abzu, and I think it was The Pathless is the other one they did.
Yeah.
I never got around to playing that one. But you're riding on a sword!
And you can do fucking skateboard tricks.
Yeah! Like, I want this. I loved Journey. Journey was great. And Abzu was really fun.
Yes, it was.
It looks like they've combined them. Because you're kind of zooming over a desert, but there's fish flying around with you as well.
Yeah, I don't know what the whole idea with this one is, but like, this studio just makes chill games with good vibes that are fun.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to pick this up. Like, they haven't done me wrong yet.
I think it comes out pretty soon, too. I think it's like August?
I hope so. Was it Sword of the Sea?
Yeah.
Sword of the Sea.
It is very pretty. Like, there's some awesome bloody scene. Like, it's really nice scenery. Just the feel.
20th of August.
Cool.
Yeah, August 19th.
Yeah.
So you're going to get to play it pretty soon.
I'm keen. It's on my wish list now.
Next up is what's it called?
First Light?
No, it's FBC Firebreak.
Ah.
The co-op shooter spin-off they're doing of Control.
Interesting.
I mean, it looks okay, but I'm not super sold. Mostly because it's like, from people who've had like access to it, like preview access.
Yeah.
The biggest problem they've run into is if you get the wrong group of people, it's not a very good time. And it doesn't really work single player. You really need a squad.
I mean, I really enjoyed Control, so I might kidnap some people and force them to play with me.
Yeah. Now, next up is the 007 First Light, which is the new James Bond game being done by IO Interactive, who, if you don't know who they are, they're the guys who make Hitman.
Yay!
That's a very interesting combination.
Well, the thing you got to remember is IO have been making. They've made every Hitman game since they've for the whole time it's been coming out. But they have made other games and worked as a support studio on other stuff too. So I'm hoping we're gonna get something that's like kind of Hitman, but with a bit more action.
But Hitman is very much James Bond. Like, just give him a couple more gadgets. But like easily shoehorn that.
Yeah, but I don't want James Bond to just do what Agent 47 does and be this stealthy motherfucker. I want him to get into shootouts and stuff.
Yeah, but there's fucking amazing bones there already, like to build the rest of the
100%.
game on.
100%.
Their stealth is like sorted.
Questions about the execution of this game. I just want to see how they're going to execute it.
Particularly like if you think of like the last Hitman games, like how you could go up, just your target's over there, have a crack at it.
Yeah, go ham. Do what you want. Like, I'm interested in the story because it's First Light and it shows them training Bond at some point.
Yeah, this is his first mission before he's got the 00 title.
Yeah. So I like that, because that's really good for building a game around. Because you
Well,
have
if you
actual
listen to the Talking Heads bit just after the trailer, they actually talk about how they want to start like a sort of a mini new franchise using 007.
Okay.
So they're kind of hoping that this one will take off, and then since they've started at like the start of his career, they can sort of like build out multiple subsequent games.
Just no one let Tom Cruise know.
I mean, the fact that the guy kind of looks like Tom Cruise but tall.
It looks like a half and half of Tom Cruise, Tom Holland.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's fair. What we got next?
And last up is Marvel talk on fighting souls, which seems to be Marvel doesn't want to be friends with Capcom anymore. They want to go be friends with Arc System Works.
Fair.
When I first read that title, I was thinking Marvel Lord of the Rings? What the fuck?
Just Iron Man kicking the shit out of Frodo. I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty interesting.
It looks like Marvel vs. Capcom if you took out the Capcom.
Yeah. It looks cool. I might pick this up for shits and giggles on a sale.
That is a very cool aesthetic.
I won't, because it's a fighting game. I will watch someone play it, and I would probably check it out at EVO. But, yeah. I have no other interest in this game.
They make Star-Lord look almost competent.
I mean, it's not that hard.
Comic Star-Lord's actually pretty competent, yeah. Movie Star-Lord kind of screwed him over.
Well, I mean, it wasn't... I wouldn't say they screwed him over. He's just fun, not serious.
Yeah. Victor Doom's special attack is just pulling out a Luger and shooting you in the head.
I mean, like I said, it looks really good. I'm just not going to play it because it's a fighting game. But, yeah, it definitely, like, it's got this definite vibe of, like, Capcom, you screwed us with the last Capcom versus Marvel game. We're going over to a new studio.
We're going to make new friends.
Take their bat and ball and going home.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, at the same time, if you had a major property set with all these characters, and Arc System Works came up to you and went, we want to make a fighting game, you say yes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They've had amazing success with Guilty Gear and BlazBlue, so it's like, guys.
This looks like the kind of game that I would love to play. Like, I'd like, oh my god, this would be so fun to play, but I so know it's not my style of game that I would, like, absolutely lose interest during the first match.
Yeah. 100%.
Like,
100%.
It looks so good, and I'd love more of this world and this style. Like, fuck, I'd love a single-player game with this fucking style is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But this game would be like, yeah.
The art style's amazing. God damn, they absolutely killed it.
It's gorgeous.
Even a comic series of that.
Yeah.
Animated series?
Fuck yes, an animated series. Hells yes.
I'd love that.
And that's it. That's the last game in the State of Play.
There are some things I have already added to my wish list, so...
I think the big standout for me, there's, like, some really cool stuff. Like, I mean, I like the trailer for Silent Hill F, but I mean, like, I was already going to buy that.
Yeah.
And, like, Romeo is Dead. But I think the one that I'm, like, the most excited from that whole set is Sea of Remnants.
Yeah. That one just looks like fun.
Actively made me super excited when I saw it. I was like, yes, I want that. I really, really want that.
Yeah. It looks very, very fun.
They're like, Sea of Remnants, Sword of the Sea looks amazing. That'd be a great game just to pick up and fuck around because it looks so good.
Oh, yeah. Their previous games were fantastic.
Yeah. That's the pirate game we wanted, Ubisoft. What were you doing? Even Yakuza was the fucking pirate game we wanted.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I still haven't picked that one up, but every time I see it, like, I'm gonna have to get that, because that's everything I wanted from a pirate game.
With Majima as the main character.
Yeah.
I know that means nothing to you two, but it does mean something to me. Yeah, that's State of Play. I will, of course, put the video in the show notes if you want to follow along with us, which is kind of late to say now, but, you know.
you'll see it. It's fine. Well, there's one guy who just finally checks, like, fuck!
What? I could have been following along this whole time.
But yeah, I don't know. Heading into the trailer season is always a great time of year for what's coming up next.
Not a lot from Sony this year. A lot of their stuff's like 2026.
Yeah.
And as much as I'm annoyed by it, it's like, yeah, that's fair. It is kind of like within 12 months we'll put stuff into 2026.
Yeah.
But if your game says 2027 in it, it can go fuck off to 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to see that shit this year.
Well,
So,
should we discuss the thing?
Yes, we were going to start ending our episodes with talking about some genre of game and then games we particularly like in that genre. And we were going to hit out the two big categories first. Last week we did RPGs, so this week it's got to be first-person shooters.
Yeah, fair.
So what do you want to throw into the ring, boys?
I'd probably start with multiplayer. Like, I've always been a sucker for the Battlefield games.
Oh,
I like the chaos of the big map. The vehicles always annoyed me because I always sucked using them. But just running on a battlefield, knowing that hill over there may have a sniper in it, and that helicopter's going to buzz me, and just the chaos of it, I fucking love it.
I remember very fondly back in the day playing the 1984. No, 1984? The first one?
1942 or 42.
1942, that was it. 42. And getting a thing to remove the limit on bots.
Yeah.
And then just flooding the map and being like, this is a chaotic battle. It's just insane.
Yeah, that was always my bigger drive. Like, Call of Duty was fun, but they're always a small arena shooter. They reminded me of the older boomer shooters. That's just, to me, what Call of Duty was. And Battlefield was that step up.
Yeah. No, like, I played a lot of those games at, like, LAN things. Like, we had a LAN cafe back in my hometown, which was, like, it would lock you in from 8 o'clock Saturday through to 8 in the morning the Sunday.
Yep.
And it was great. So you just sit there and play games. And on heavy rotation was all of those, like, Battlefield and everything. It was good fun. I have fond memories of that.
I mean, I think my favorite multiplayer shooter that I ever played was Unreal Tournament 2K4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was always fun.
Well, that
For
was
me, that was like...
Instagib. Like,
Instagib. Oh, I love
Morpheus
that
3
experience.
Instagib shock rifles only.
yeah, fucking oath.
Oh, those were great days.
If you could win out on that map, you were good. You were one of the better people at that LAN.
Then our RT guy started popping in. He was actually ranked at one point. It's like, god damn it, get out.
Nah, the thing I liked was one of the we used to play. We had a demo, I think it was, of 2K4 at the uni that we went to. There was one guy who was like really cocky about how good he was at it. Then we all jumped in, and he started like coming up behind people and then wondering why we'd like randomly turn around and just shoot him in the face.
Yeah,
like, dude, that's this game. You have to buddy hop. You have to fucking spin. Like, you don't... It's not Call of Duty, buddy.
Yeah, you don't run in this game. You jump everywhere. You do 180-degree no-scope shooting just in case there's some prick following you. Like, it was great.
Yeah. It's a different era of game, and he suddenly realized when people who played from that era came into the lobby, it was like, oh, we got you now.
Yeah. Actually, you know what game I played a lot of? Left 4 Dead 2 I played a fair amount of.
Yeah.
That was
good
pretty
game.
fun. Like, it was a good, solid, like, FPS.
Too bad Back for Blood did not keep that going.
Oh,
No.
yeah, I'm kind of sad about that. But
Makes me wonder how much of it was Turtle Rock and how much of Left 4 Dead was actually Valve.
yeah, I think a lot of it may have ended up being just Valve.
Yeah. Or at least Valve's polish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Turtle Rock may have built a lot of the basics, but yeah, I think Valve might actually put that one nice and squeaky.
They were that really smart kid in the group project who did all the work and let the others take credit.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. But if we're talking about FPSs, we do have to, like, mention Fallout New Vegas. Because I enjoyed the shit out of that game. Especially when you had the weird wasteland and shit on. It was fun.
I'm the one person who really doesn't like New Vegas.
I can
it's
tell
not the
you,
greatest
I've
game
never
in the
played
world,
it because it never interested me.
Fair. I just liked it because it still kept the interesting dialogue, tree options, and all that kind of stuff before they started fucking with it in 4.
Oh, look, I will completely admit, like, conversation-wise, it's got some of the best in the game.
Yeah.
but I played the shit out of 3.
No.
And then going into New Vegas, which had, in my opinion, a much less interesting map and more limiting gameplay. Yes, they did create it so that it was like once you built through it all, you could have a more robust gameplay.
Yeah.
But it made the start feel clunky, and so much of the Mojave was empty at launch. Because I played that one on launch date.
Yeah.
And there were huge blocks of land that had nothing on them, because that's where the DLC went.
Yeah, no, I picked it up late, so I actually got all the DLC at the same time.
Yeah, like, stuff like that would have helped a lot to, like, smooth it out, to make it feel like, oh, these points of interest are important.
Yeah.
They're for DLC now. But yeah, when I played it, it was just like, this area is kind of cool, but there's nothing here. It's empty.
Yeah.
And it made the game feel less full.
No, that's fair.
And some bits of it were, like, limitations of the game, and I will admit, like, I can look back on them and know that they were better than they were. But, like, going onto the Vegas Strip, everyone's like, oh, it's so amazing. It's really not. It's like 2 zones that vaguely suggest the Vegas Strip.
I will never get the people giving it the hype of, oh, it looks so good. Like, no, it's a wasteland. It's meant to look like shit, guys. It's like 3 casinos and a couple of shops out front. It's fine.
Yeah. Look, it's good. I'm not ever going to tell people not to play Fallout New Vegas. I have never gotten into it. I've never been out of gel with whatever it was throwing down.
It had, like, once I powered through the start, some of the dialogue options you could get were amazingly fun. Because that had the one when you go to, was it, no, maybe in 3, I may be confusing the areas. Where had the solar generator, the big pile of salt that was heated my mirrors?
I think that might have been Vegas. I don't remember it in 3.
Because I remember that one, mostly because there's a dialogue option where you walk up to a guy and it's like, oh, you're a jokester, are you? What's the most recent joke you played on someone? And there's an option of, oh, I pulled a pin on some guy's grenade without him realizing. And it says, pull pin on grenade. If you click it and then just back up a bit, he explodes. Because it's just like, it's that kind of stuff. I absolutely loved that humor to it. And
that was the one where you could put some dude's brain in dog meat. And
yeah.
one of the major gangs of the Strip is a bunch of Elvis impersonators.
Yes.
Like, it's got personality, I will never deny that, but yeah, it just didn't work.
But you do have to slog through that start. It's a rough start every time.
And I mean, like, I feel like if we're going to talk about, like good FPS games, you gotta at least a little bit of nod to the guys who really kind of brought it up and in with Doom and Quake.
It's not just a nod to the boomer shooter. Without that, you wouldn't have the FPS genre.
You can basically guarantee that if you've got a game engine that has first person in it, there's a bit of Quake in there.
Yeah.
There is no engine that exists today that doesn't have a little bit of Quake.
Yeah. Quake is in everything. It's like that one shared ancestor from all of humanity.
Well, they finally got, like... I mean, the thing you've got to... I don't think people understand that's so amazing about Quake. Quake ran a full 3D engine in software mode. It wasn't using a graphics card.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Everything that it had to fucking render from within that without fucking hardware boosting. Shit.
Quake ran on dreams and wishes. Weirdly enough, that somehow worked for it.
I mean, come on, they got Trent Reznor to do the soundtrack.
Yeah, that is true. Fuck.
But then you also had, like, from, like, the boomer shooter to the more modern FPS, the linchpin there is GoldenEye on the 64. Where you had the first-person shooter with multiple objectives on a map, like, and having to go off and do them. Before that point, it was just like,
capture
A to B, kill everything you can.
Yeah.
Although, I would argue, GoldenEye's not as good as people remember.
Oh, no. It's absolutely... Looking back on it now, like, those rose-colored glasses are completely fucking shattered. But for the time that it was released in,
I don't even think for the time it was that good a game. What I think is way more people tie up their memories of the campaign with their memories of playing it multiplayer with their buddies.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, definitely.
And I will not pretend that, like, I didn't while away many, many hours with my friends in multiplayer on GoldenEye.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But the evolution of that, like the stepping up when Rareware didn't make the next James Bond game, they went off and made Perfect Dark. Well, after they made Banjo-Kazooie. That's the big step up from GoldenEye of like, okay, this is what this can be.
Mm. God, I want more Perfect Dark. What we meant
of the original Perfect Dark, I want, not that fucking bullshit they did.
Bullshit.
No, not so. There's the original Perfect Dark, which is a peerless, wonderful thing. Like, fuck if you don't re-released it. Figure it out. I don't care what Nintendo and fucking Microsoft need to do. Re-release Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
But then you have that abomination that they made for Xbox where Joanna Dark looked like some kind of plastic supermodel.
Yeah.
And then we have the new one that's supposed to be coming out, which looks okay, but like we don't know anything about it. We've seen one sizzle trailer.
That one for the Xbox did have a really cool feature in the multiplayer. In that, depending on how many people join in to play a particular map, extra parts of the map would open. If it was it was only 4 people playing a map, it was a very limited, I think it was a 3-room map with multiple ways to get between the 3 rooms. But if you stepped up to 5, I think it was 5 players was the next one, it opened up another room and branching corridors again. And so the map expanded. I think it was up to, 16 or 30 players, I think it was total. But
that's cool.
The map grew the more people you had in it. So if you got a good full lobby, it was like, holy shit, there's parts of this map I've never seen. Like, there's sight lines here that would have been so cool. But
I like that feature. That was fun. What other good? Like, Borderlands was a fun FPS for time. Some of them were absolutely shit-faced.
The first Borderlands was like, holy fuck, this is something new.
Yeah.
That was a good really blend of the FPS and RPG.
And then when they did Borderlands 2, they fucking nailed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then they tried to tech screw gold on the fucking statue, and they just sort of overwent and blemished it for the third, and that fucking other monstrosity.
So they did. It was that one, then it was pre-sequel, I think, went before 3.
Yeah.
That one was okay, but it definitely showed that they were kind of running out of ideas. But it was still like enough that it was like, I don't really want to play this one over and over again like I did 2, but like it's good.
Yeah.
And then 3 was 3. Let's
3,
not talk about that.
We
and
don't talk about 3.
Then they did Tiny Tina's thing, and it was just like, look, guys, the D&D thing was a cool thing for a bit.
Yeah, but not an entire game.
Is actually arguably probably when their story writing was at its best. Minor spoilers for a fucking old game. That whole module is just Tiny Tina dealing with another character's death.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you finally get to the point where they tease that out of it, it's just like, damn. Where did you get the fucking emotions into this silly game about shooting a bajillion guns?
Yeah.
But, like, Tiny Tina's Wonderland just felt like, oh, we're just gonna go do that again, but for a whole game. And it's just like, that's not good, guys. Like, the emotional crux is what made that good. Not that you did D&D.
But then, all the other ones came out.
In a very separate step of the FPS genre, Half-Life Alyx and the VR fucking shooters.
Oh, Half-Life Alyx is so good.
Fucking oath, that game is so good.
I've only heard good things. I've never had a chance to play Half-Life Alyx, but...
Look, if you ever want to borrow my VR kit just to play it, I will lend it to you.
Yeah.
Because it is... I've played through the whole game, then I played through it again with the dev commentary on, and they talk about how, so much of the game was designed around, what would be fun.
Yeah.
If doing this thing wouldn't be fun, we're not doing it. That's how they designed all the guns, so that, you never, okay, it's cool when you play something like Boneworks, where you've got to actually insert the bang into the pistol. Whereas they decided it would be more fun if you just had to put the mag near the bottom of the pistol, and the pistol just ate the mag.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do anything but vaguely put the 2 pieces together, and then they just sort themselves out.
That's good.
Which makes total fucking sense. particularly when there's a face hugger coming at you, or the head crabs, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, it's such a good game.
Yeah, it is hands down the best VR game I have played. I played like pretty much all of the top ones that I've ever heard of. Yeah, and none of them touch Half-Life Alyx.
Nice. I'm trying to think what other ones I played. There's always like Halo, because
the shooter that brought shooters to console.
Yeah, the reason to buy an Xbox.
Yeah, and the fact that it's powered on for so long, it got a bit rough towards the end, but
Look, we still may get. I mean, we're gonna get another Halo.
Yeah, we're never not gonna get the Halo. It's like, at least they're normally pretty fun. Like, even the bad ones are still pretty fun to play.
Yeah. The problem I had with the more recent stuff is just like, they did the multimedia thing where it's like, this game will not make sense if you have not read this book.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to tell me any of the lore from that book in this game? No.
Are you going to give me the
problem.
book? No. It's like, this is required reading. Like, so I have to go buy a book to read to play your game and understand everything. Like, yes. No, I'm good, man.
I like your books. Like, I still think The Fall of Reach is one of the best books they ever put out.
Oh, I love that book.
But I'm not buying a book specifically to then play your game. That's not how that works.
Yeah, I'm not doing required reading for a video game, guys. Give me a brief overview of the lore. Come on.
Yeah. Which is even dumber when you get over to Halo 5. Because that, so they started doing it in Halo 4, but you get to Halo 5, and it's like, oh yeah, there was this whole, like, universe of stuff that happened between both games. Is it in this game? No.
No. Just like, step in and good luck to you. Follow this
pretty
bullshit.
Much. Super annoying.
Yeah.
But, I still love Halo. I mean, I played Infinite. Infinite felt like them kind of correcting the ship, but, like, you're not done yet. You gotta keep going, and then I'll trust you again.
Yeah.
The Infinite feels like the first third of a game, and they never really got the rest of it done. And then they just said, we're done now. What's next?
I mean, that's why I say that it's a good course correction, not a good game. I mean, like, there's so many shooters that have done big things. I mean, BioShock... the revival of Doom has been doing quite well. The 2016 Eternal and the most recent Dark Ages.
Deus Ex was fun when it was still going.
I think, that's another game where I played the shit out of it as a kid, but I still think people overblow how good Deus Ex is.
Yeah, it's not perfect. It's fun. It serves a purpose.
The rise and fall of Overwatch.
Yeah, fuck.
We're going to bootstrap an entire esport out of this thing. We're not supporting it anymore. Our game is dying.
Yeah. We're going to kick our game in the guts, make a whole new thing. It's the same thing with more microtransactions.
The problem is I played a lot of Overwatch 1, and eventually when I gave up, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. And then 2 is like, we're going to have a single player campaign. Like, yeah. And then they canned that out, so...
They had such good characters. They could have made like a campaign for each of them and had very different games for each of them. It would have been so fucking cool.
I would just be okay with more of their cinematics. I fucking loved those things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but that's Blizzard's animation team. They've been amazing for forever.
It's like one guy locked in a basement somewhere. Just make more things, Jeremy!
Although, I'm going to... obligatory, because we talked about Overwatch, point out that Battleborn was better.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Fucking oath.
It's a dead game now, but it was so much better. Fuck you.
Yeah. Alright, I guess we should each name our favorites.
Look, I'm just going to throw it out there. Like, I play, like, first-person shooters are some of my favorite, and we didn't even get into some of the more interesting ones that more people will have probably played, like Far Cry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like, the game that sits in my head as, like, the shooter for me, and it might sound kind of dumb, is Quake 2.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I have never been out again since I first played Quake 2 out of my mind. It was when I first... It was a great shooter. I loved the sci-fi setting. It was where I really started to develop my love for body horror. I loved everything about that. I mean, like, I know they've done some bits a bit better, like the strogrification scene in Quake 4 is amazing if you've never seen it. Yeah. YouTube that shit. But, like, Quake 2 is a game I can go back to and play over and over, and given the fact that Night Dive... Machine Games did that amazing update of the whole of Quake 2 with its expansion packs and did an entire extra campaign for it.
Nice.
I love Quake 2, man. For me, I'm a boomer shooter guy, and I will never not love Quake 2.
It is a solid game. Cannot fight you on that.
I will admit, it is one of the games I've always wanted to try and get a tattoo done for, but I've never been able to come up with something better than a really shitty pun. Which was to get the quad damage logo on my quad.
That I like that. That'd be a good one.
For me, the Battlefield games are my guilty pleasure. The latest one, like 2042, I go back to it still. I played it through beta. I played it through the whole trash time that it had. I enjoyed it. They're a guilty pleasure for me. But when I think first-person shooter, my brain always goes back to Perfect Dark. Like that.
That's fair. That's very fair.
That's the whole guts and glory of first-person shooters to me.
Anytime people start talking about GoldenEye, I'm just like, can we talk about Perfect Dark instead?
Like, GoldenEye better.
It's like, when I think of an FPS, my brain immediately goes to, like, old school Doom. Because that's just imprinted in my head. But for my favorite FPS, I would honestly say, like, the first Dishonored. Because I really enjoyed
that game was really good.
Like, it was a good game. And
I
like the style.
We'll admit that one is running the line a little on the shooter part of FPS.
Yeah.
I've always thought of that one as a little more as a...
things start bleeding into each other.
I mean, like, the studio had made other stuff that was like that beforehand. But I always think of that one as a little more as a first-person stealth game, a little more in, like, Thief's wheelhouse. But, I mean, it has a gun. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. You can't just you can't zot every gun you see if you want.
Pretty much. But, yeah, like, my default is always going to be, like, Doom. And it still carries now. Like, the most recent Doom, I fucking loved.
Dark Age
played that to death. It's great. So that franchise is still going and is stuck in my head as the epitome of FPS.
I can't believe we didn't even talk about the revival of Wolfenstein and how good those fucking games have been.
We didn't even talk about Red Faction.
We're only doing a very limited aspect. We could do hours upon specific titles within the genre.
I don't. It's more than I feel bad being like, man, we really gassed up Doom, but it's like, man, Wolfenstein's new offerings, New Order and the Colossus.
Yeah.
Fantastic games, but then Machine Games is fucking killing it. That's a studio that knows how to make a shooter.
Oh, definitely.
But there's so many. That's why it's so hard to be what would be your favorite? What's the one you go to? It's helpful that mine's it's Quake. Or Quake 2. But there's so many.
Yeah, Red Faction, all that kind of stuff. We played a lot of TF2 back at uni.
Yeah.
A shit ton of that. So I've got fond memories of that one. Because I've just sorted my Steam into FPS, and for some reason it's saying Portal is an FPS. Technically you're correct, but
it is first person and you are shooting Portal.
Yeah. But Portal, if it's an FPS, it's a solid contender. It's a good game. But that's more of a puzzle game to me than it is a shooter.
I mean, I think part of what really, I feel like you know what, I'm not... I was about to talk kind of shit on Portal, but it's no, Portal is a fantastic game, although it was more kind of this, out of left field surprise in the orange box.
Yeah.
It was it was the cream filling in an already awesome donut.
Yeah.
It was oh my god, this is so good. What's this? Oh my god.
I liked the game, but I hated the hype around it. Because the people who loved Portal annoyed me. Because every 3 seconds there was someone yelling the cake is a lie. It's if I hear that again, I'm going to slap someone.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those memes just get out of hand. It's like, settle down, you're ruining it. Go sit in the corner for a bit.
I mean, like, Portal 2 was really good. I actually think the better thing about Portal 2 was the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with one of my buddies because we lived in a share house, and he technically had 2 rooms because he had a tiny room. So we got a little extra one to use as his study. But his study and my room were diagonally across from each other. So we just opened the doors and would yell across the house to play this fucking game.
Nice.
So much fun. And like dumping your buddy in the fucking water because you control the fucking light bridge.
The great thing was like how much of a betrayal it would feel like as well. It's like, now I'm trusting you. I need to walk across. And you get like 90% of the way. And suddenly it's like, God, like, you bastard.
Yeah.
But like, not even mentioning games like what Cyberpunk became after the atrocious launch. Like,
After the updates.
Yeah.
Hell, Half-Life.
Yeah.
We gassed up Alex, but like Half-Life.
Yeah. And
Like a great
the eternal wait for Half-Life 3.
Having mentioned it, you've now
2.
extended the wait time by a year.
I have, yeah. It's like the game. Every time you mention it, it takes longer.
I mean, they've stated that they don't want to make the third one until they have something that they can really, like,
Sink their teeth in.
wow everyone with.
Now, if they ever made 3, like, the amount that it's been in, like, the colloquial gaming mindset, I don't know what they could make that people would be satisfied with.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably Half-Life Alyx, which is technically, arguably Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
It does technically push the story forward, even if it is only by 2 minutes.
Yeah. Hell, we haven't even mentioned the Warhammer games. Like, there's Dark Tide. That was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Vermintide, for certain characters, they would technically be considered a first-person shooter.
I mean, they're just like Vermintide. Vermintide 2 is... They're still getting updates, too.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw that. I was just checking through. It's like, oh, this has got more stuff to it. But yeah, no, those kinds of games as well. Like, there's so many FPSs, and many of them are very good.
Yeah. Alright. I think we'll wrap that up.
Yep.
That'll be your LUD for the week. Y'all have a good one.
Bye!
See ya.